There's something magnetic about the vampire girl. She's both fearsome and fascinating, a mystery in the shadows. She embodies the allure of immortality, power, and forbidden freedom. For centuries her story has evolved, but her dark appeal never fades. We're drawn to her because she breaks the rules, defies expectations, and reflects our own hidden desires. She's the ultimate predator, yet her vulnerability makes her relatable. Is she a monster or a lost soul? The answer is never simple. The vampire girl blurs the lines between good and evil, forcing us to question our own morality. Her loneliness and longing for connection make her more human than we expect. Immortality is her gift and her curse, a theme that echoes our own fears about life and death. She's a symbol of rebellion, refusing to fit into society's boxes. In a world that tries to tame girls, she's untamed strength. She doesn't need rescuing, she's often the one with all the power. Her story is about survival, independence, and the cost of eternal life. That's why we return to her tale, finding new meaning in her eternal twilight. The vampire girl is our mirror in the dark. Long before Victorian vampires, ancient folklore was filled with female monsters, Lilitu, Lamia, and Pusa, creatures of chaos and death. These figures embodied fears of female power and sexuality, warning against women who defied social norms. The female vampire was a symbol of seduction and destruction, a cautionary tale for both men and women. Legends from around the world, like the Manananggal in the Philippines and the Vatala in India, added to this tapestry of undead lore. These myths personified primal fears, death, disease, and the threat of the unknown. The female vampire became the anti-mother, a life-taker instead of a life-giver. When disaster struck, it was easier to blame a vengeful spirit than accept nature's cruelty. These ancient stories laid the groundwork for the modern vampire girl. She rose from these dark roots, forever tied to our deepest anxieties. Bram Stoker's Dracula didn't just give us the Count, it gave us the Brides of Dracula, the ultimate gothic female vampires. Beautiful and monstrous, they haunted Dracula's castle with hypnotic grace and deadly intent. Their allure was a trap, embodying Victorian fears of female sexuality and rebellion. The brides were sensual, aggressive, and driven by desire. Everything the era's ideal woman was not. They were nightmares of female liberation, stripped of individuality, and made extensions of Dracula's will. Their purpose to tempt, corrupt, and serve their master. Van Helsing and his crew had to destroy them to restore order. Despite their limited roles, the brides set the template for the seductive, dangerous vampire girl. Flowing gowns, hypnotic eyes, and dark ecstasy became her trademarks. They weren't just villains. They carved out a space for female power and horror. Their legacy echoes in every vampire girl who followed. The gothic nightmare they embodied still haunts our imagination. The seductive monster was here to stay. The vampire girl's power was unforgettable. In the late 20th century, the vampire girl changed. She gained a voice in a complex inner world. Anne Rice's Claudia, a child trapped in a vampire's body, was both tragic and terrifying. Her story explored identity, innocence lost, and the horror of eternal childhood. Claudia's pain made the vampire girl sympathetic and complicated. Decades later, Twilight's Alice and Rosalie redefined the archetype. No longer monsters, they were individuals with unique powers and desires, part of a loving family. The vampire girl became an object of aspiration and romance, not just fear. Her power was about protection, self-control, and belonging. This evolution made her accessible to a new generation. The vampire girl was now a friend, a sister, even a romantic ideal. On screen, the vampire girl has taken many forms, reflecting the times. Early films cast her as a seductive threat, part of the gothic scenery, but rarely the focus. Then came Buffy the Vampire Slayer, flipping the script. A girl with the power to fight monsters. Buffy and her foes like Drusilla and Darla made the vampire girl central, not just a victim or villain. Independent films like Let the Right One In gave us Eli, a lonely, ancient vampire child, raw, desperate, unforgettable. Modern shows like The Vampire Diaries and True Blood offer a spectrum from compassionate Elena to powerful Pam. These characters explore identity, loyalty, and morality. The vampire girl is now protagonist, antagonist, and everything in between. She's no longer just a monster or love interest. Her versatility keeps her relevant. The vampire girl on screen can tell any story. The vampire girl's influence goes beyond stories. It's a fashion statement and a cultural force. Gothic style, velvet gowns, corsets, pale skin, dark lips owes much to her image. Once fringe, this look is now mainstream, inspiring designers and subcultures like the goth movement. For many, it's about embracing mystery, individuality, and rebellion. Cosplay culture takes it further. Fans become their favorite vampire girls, embodying their strength and confidence. Dressing as a vampire girl is more than costume, it's empowerment. Her wardrobe is a suit of armor, a symbol of confidence and independence. The vampire girl's legacy is worn on our sleeves. She inspires creativity and self-expression everywhere. At her core, the vampire girl is a symbol of female empowerment and autonomy. She breaks free from society's rules, wielding strength, immortality, and intellect. She's the girl who fights back, a survivor in every sense. Her story explores sexuality, agency, and the challenge to traditional norms. The vampire girl is unapologetically in control of her desires. Her journey is about identity and belonging, an outsider seeking her place in the world. She mirrors our own struggles with hidden selves and acceptance. More than a monster, she reflects our changing society and aspirations. From ancient demons to modern heroines, she evolves with us. The vampire girl endures because she speaks to our longing for power, mystery, and immortality. She's the girl in the shadows, forever fascinating.